Uh, yeah. Brasco, Timbo, Pusha T. Listen, man, ride around in that coupe, all white, we call it.
How's everybody doing out there? This is Duane Fletcher with another episode of Issues, online magazine and blogspot. Okay, we want to start off. We got a couple of really good topics that we want to talk about today. First off, let's talk about this thing that's going on with the NAACP. As some of you know, there's been a woman discovered in the NAACP that is not African American and has risen all the way to the top rank of interim chapter president, I believe, in Spokane. And her name is Rachel DOLEZAL. And Rachel basically has fooled everyone in Spokane and got to the top position as chapter president of Spokane NAACP. Now, there's been some backlash. You know, there's some reporters that have basically put her on blast and put her on the spot about what was going on. And she, some of you may have seen the footage where she ducked and ran from the reporter and she didn't want to answer his question. But I'm pretty sure it may or may not be a simple explanation for it. You know, as some of you may know, her brother is an African American, but he's adopted. Okay, and that may have been how the confusion slid past everyone, because her brother, you know, he's an African American, and they probably thought that, well, you know, maybe she just has mixed parents, but no, she doesn't. Her parents are German and Irish, I believe she said. I believe they said when they went on and did the interview. Now, also in her interview with the Today Show in New York, she said she was bisexual. Now, I'm pretty sure that has something to do with some of the people turning a blind eye to what was going on. You know, basically, how that works is, you know, if somebody found out what she was doing, she probably slept with them, the men and the women. And I'm pretty sure there's no innocence. Everybody's not innocent in this. I'm pretty sure whoever she was sleeping with, the men and the women, had an idea that she was not exactly who she said she was. Now, there's been some things come out saying that she was using the N-word a lot in one of the interviews she did, and maybe that's how they ended up starting to wonder, you know, why is she here? What is she doing this for? And that's about to come out. There's a tape of one of her interviews where she was using the N-word profusely. Not only that, but the chief of police in Spokane has asked her to step down from the Citizens Review Board there. And I'm pretty sure that has, you know, that's going to, you know, it has something to do with her her decision making on some of the subject matter that they cover. But you know, you go throughout history, and you look at things, and you look at the American Revolution and the Civil War. You know, the American Revolution, they fought the British because America didn't want to be slaves, and then during the Civil War, they freed the slaves to further put an exclamation point on the issue. And just basically, you know, over the years we got human rights, we got the right to vote, then we got civil rights in like the 60s and 70s. You know, what are we going to get now out of this? You know, because a lot of times white America likes to apologize for things like this, and so I think that we should make a list of demands. Okay, I have here a list of demands. Now, what should we get out of this? Let's say, first of all, we want Harriet Tubman from the Underground Railroad helped free the slaves before the slaves were free. We want Harriet Tubman on the $20 bill to replace Andrew Jackson. I think that would be something really nice. For very milestone in American history to have Harriet Tubman on a $20 bill. Some of you may know they've been talking about this a lot in the news over the last couple of months. What else should we get? Let's see. How about this? How about let's move Black History Month to August. Think about it. Then maybe we can get back those 3 days that they gypped us out of in February. Okay? All right? And now, not only that, but how about this? And this is a really good one here. Damon John, the president and CEO of FUBU, we want him to head up the first Black intelligence network. How about that? Damon John, think about it. For us, by us. The first Black intelligence network. Just to start the ball rolling here. Just to start the ball rolling. Okay, but let's go on to the next subject here. Let's go on to the next subject, okay? Okay, now next subject, we're going to talk about this, what's going on with Chris Rock. Some of you may have heard of Chris Rock. He's a comedian. Recently saw a movie for the first time about with him and Martin Lawrence and Bernie Mac and just a bunch of different comedians in it. And I think that we should give our love out to Chris Rock for this trying time that he's going through right now. Now, the thing is, because it's funny that his sunset clause in his prenuptial agreement has expired. That means that he made his wife sign a prenuptial agreement, and but now they've been married long enough for the prenuptial agreement to expire. Now she wants a divorce for whatever reasons, and the thing is that with that thing expired, some of this $70 million that he has, she can get half of it if she so chooses. She can get half of his entire fortune, which is been tallied at $70 million. So the thing is, with these Hollywood weddings and things like that, sometimes things like that happen, and you always hear these guys telling jokes about what happened to Johnny Carson, and telling jokes about what happened to Burt Reynolds and things like that. But I don't think it's too funny right now. So, Mr. Rock, our heart goes out to you, and maybe you guys can resolve this. Who knows? But the thing is, I'm gonna tell you like this: it is cheaper to keep her. All right, let's go on to the next subject here. We're gonna talk about Atlanta, ATL. What's going on in ATL with this court case? There's a federal court case in Atlanta going on right now. It has to do with Lil Wayne's tour bus being shot at. Now, the person that shot up Lil Wayne's tour bus has been found and arrested. His name is, he's a rapper also. They call him, I believe they call him, his name is Pee Wee. But he, to gain status with this gang that he's in or whatever, he did this thing and he shot up Lil Wayne's tour bus. He hangs out basically with like a Young Thug and Baby Now. Which is sad because, Lil Wayne basically, his lyrics built Cash Money Records. And now him and Baby, the CEO of Cash Money Records, are at odds. And so now they have this argument going on between them and things like that, which is sad because they grew up together. They basically his lyrics built Cash Money Records. No one else in that camp is a better lyricist than Lil Wayne, and that's the hard truth about it. And maybe he can, after this $51 million lawsuit, after he wins this $51 million lawsuit, he can maybe become a mogul you know, like Jay-Z or like Puff Daddy. You know, Puff Daddy, he's a mogul. He has the record company. He has the clothing line. He's got his own vodka. You know, J.E.A. has the record company. Jay-Z has the record company. Jay-Z has the clothing line, and Jay-Z now he has Tidal. He streams his own music now. He streams music now, which is probably gonna make him like a gazillionaire. And, you know, or Dr. Dre. Dr. Dre's a mogul now. He did the thing with Beats Audio. Dr. Dre, he's not a he's past mogul now. Dr. Dre sold Beats Audio to Apple for like $3 billion. So, you know, hopefully Lil Wayne can take this as a learning experience and you know, win this lawsuit and become like a mogul, you know, like some of his other peers and idols that he looks up to. He's always talking about Jay-Z. I know he looks up to Jay-Z. And but it's something, you know, good has to come of this. You know, basically, some of you may know this guy, the guy that shot the tour bus from the reality show that T.I. did before he went to prison, where he went around and showing he was trying to mentor young kids, and he was trying to mentor all of these young kids and show them a better way of life other than gang banging and hanging out in the streets. And the guy, he was on the show, his name was Pee-wee, and now Pee-wee, he's all grown up now. Now, instead of growing up to become a doctor or a lawyer or whatever, or go to school, engineer, he wanted to be a rapper. And not only that, but he's in a gang, and then to get him some status in his gang, he shot up Lil Wayne's tour bus. And so, you know, with all of this on the table, I'm pretty sure this is going to help Lil Wayne win this case, like hands down, because that's basically can be viewed as an intimidation tactic on behalf of Baby and Young Thug, the new artists at Cash Money Records, now trying to basically scare him out of dropping this lawsuit or whatever. But I think instead of scaring him, it's probably going to help him win. And now they all are going to be hot, real hot boys, because the police is going to be asking questions and, you know, putting them under the microscope. But basically putting Cash Money Records and Baby and Young Thug under the microscope because of what this guy just shot up Lil Wayne's tour bus. So shout out to Lil Wayne, more power to you. Love your music. Always been a Lil Wayne fan. I'm praying for you. I hope you win this lawsuit and take it to the next level and become like a mogul, like a Dr. Dre or Jay-Z or a Puff Daddy, man. So shout out to Lil Wayne. Okay, now let's move on to the next subject here. Okay, now this next subject here, we're going to talk about sports. Okay, any sports fans out there? You know, let's talk about this. Let's talk about LeBron James. Now, some of you may know Cleveland Cavaliers just lost to the Golden State Warriors. Okay, sad to say it, but they did. They lost. They put up a really good fight, but basically, you know what happened. LeBron did not have any help. He was out there all by himself. Kevin Love was injured. Kyrie Irving went out in the first game with a broken kneecap. And not only that, but they have another couple of people that was on injury reserve on the bench and stuff like that. But it's, you know, LeBron, he didn't have any help, and he did the best that he could. So I don't want to see you guys up there in Cleveland burning his jersey and all that kind of crap, because, you know, he didn't have any help this year. He was out there all by himself, and it's sad to see him lose like that, but, you know, somebody got to win, somebody got to lose. Now, which doesn't make any sense, because they traded Andrew Wiggins for Kevin Love. You know, Cleveland's record was so bad while LeBron was in Miami, down here in Florida with us, that they ended up with 2 first-round draft picks. Now, basically, you know, one draft pick, they got Kyrie Irving. The next draft pick, they got Andrew Wiggins. They had 2 top guys in all the country. And they traded Andrew Wiggins for Kevin Love, which is a mistake. I didn't support it. I was pulling my hair out when they was trading him. I don't know why they did that, but they traded Andrew Wiggins for Kevin Love. And and it really hurt them. It really hurt Cleveland, and hopefully, you know, maybe maybe, you know, next time they get a first round draft pick like Andrew Wiggins, they'll keep him. As a matter of fact, I wouldn't even went back to Cleveland unless I had Kyrie Irving and Andrew Wiggins as my wingmen right there. You know, it doesn't make any sense, you know, for them to do anything else, but it is what it is. So the season's over with now, and hopefully they can, you know, bounce back from it. But, you know, I got to support Miami Heat first. Hopefully we get us a one here in Jacksonville eventually, like a basketball team. We already got a football team. But, you know, speaking of shoulder injuries, I want to address this issue that has to do with Manny Pacquiao before we go. Now, this last fight has completely destroyed Manny Pacquiao. He has been completely destroyed and utterly consumed by this last fight. It is very sad. You ought to see some of the stuff that's on the comment section on YouTube. As a matter of fact, the comment section on YouTube is almost getting up there right along with like Twitter and Facebook. It seriously is, with some of the arguments that's been about this fight and stuff like that. You know, be careful what you wish for. You know, they talk. They said Mayweather was running and Mayweather this and Mayweather that, and then finally they get to the fight. And
left-hand line, it troubles Mayweather. There's a lot of power in it, but he's never been allowed to build anything. And from that point on, Mayweather got his plan back in place.
And Mayweather just completely destroyed this guy. And the thing is that, you know, the boxing commission in Nevada has a state law. There's a state law in Nevada regarding sporting venues that has to do with fraud. And Manny Pacquiao falls right into that crack. And he's going to be sought after by the boxing commission. They're probably going to suspend him or fine him or something like that for lying on the application. You know, it looked to me like he knew he was going to lose anyway, and he just wanted his check. You know, something like that probably just happened. He knew he was going to lose, and he just wanted his check, you know. And it's sad when you take it there because, you know, it makes the sport look bad when stuff like that happens, you know, because, you know, if he wouldn't have said anything, then no one would have even known, and he could have just took the loss like a man. But now he said, well, he lost, but he blames it on his shoulder, and then his shoulder was hurt so badly. But, you know, I got into a bunch of arguments in the comment section on YouTube about this. But the thing is that the stuff that we were arguing over explained itself. Like we were talking about the Oscar De La Hoya fight, when Oscar De La Hoya and Floyd Mayweather fought, and there was this one instance when De La Hoya had his back to the camera and he was throwing a bunch of punches, and one of the guys that was commenting was like, well, what's that? What's that? You know, so, but the thing is that whoever filmed this is brilliant, because they didn't just film it at speed. They filmed it and then they showed it in slow motion. And when you look at it in slow motion, you see that famous Mayweather shoulder roll. You see that famous Mayweather shoulder roll and all of the punches bouncing. As a matter of fact, you look at any of his fights in slow motion and that's what you're going to see. You're going to see somebody throwing a bunch of punches and they land very little punches against Mayweather. Pacquiao was no different. He landed very little punches. Most of his punches bounced off of that famous Mayweather shoulder roll. No one has come up with a formula yet to penetrate that Mayweather shoulder roll, and I want to say much love out there to Mayweather. Hopefully, if you decide to fight this guy again, I gotta come to Vegas. I want to bet on this, and you know, this is amazing that we have a sport like this where you can defend yourself in the way that you defend yourself and your name and your skills the way that you did. You proved everyone wrong and you won, and I'm glad that you did. And if you get a chance to come back to Jacksonville, Florida. Remember after the Maidana fight, you made Floyd Mayweather, you made a stop here in Jacksonville at Skyline nightclub on Lim Turner. If you get a chance to come back to Jacksonville and ball out with us, pop some bottles, you know, maybe even take this Florida now. You know, it's a lot of stuff to do here. Take the kids to Disney World. You know, It's not just Disney World in California. We got Disney World over here too in Florida. So if you get a chance to, Mr. Mayweather, come back to Jacksonville and hang out with us. Okay? That's it for Issues Online Magazine and Blog. Peace.